Hey guys, I want to do a little video on communication today, which is obviously a very, very important skill for every drum teacher out there. But I think it's something that's seriously lacking in most teachers these days. And communication is super important if you actually want your students to absorb what you're teaching them. And this is the problem with really high level drummers who are awesome players and who are teaching. Because the problem is they don't have the skills to transfer their skills onto the student. And the biggest thing I've learned from the time that I've spent teaching, especially teaching kids, is it's not what you're saying to them, it's how you're being while you're saying it. And I'm going to use the main example here is with regards to practice. If you're trying to tell a kid, okay, practice this for me, there's so many ways you can do it. You can say, okay, you've learned this, practice this for me next week. And they might do it, but they might not. Now, if you say it from a place where you really mean it, as in you really want this kid to actually nail that stuff because you want to see him get better, and you look that kid in the eyes and go, so, let's do this. Are you going to practice this for me? Is this going to be done for next week? And they look you back in the eyes and they say yes. Now we're getting somewhere. And there's so many teachers out there that they'll stick to the first option. They think, well, I've done my bit as the teacher because I've given them the material, I've showed them how to do it, it's down to them now, and if they don't do it, it's their problem. They're a bad student. It's bullshit. Every student has its strengths and weaknesses, and yeah, some are more of a pain in the arse than others, but it depends on the level of the teacher to be able to bring the best out of them. So if you can get through to a kid or a student who is a pain in the arse, then it shows how much of a good teacher you are. If you can get that kid who's hopeless to start practicing enjoying it, that makes you a better teacher. And that you get your message across by having better communication skills and by getting your message across that you want them to get better more clearly. Okay, so something to think about if you are teaching a lesson and you do have a student that's not practicing, think about how you're asking them to do it, and do you actually care about them getting better, or are you just asking them to practice because it's in your job description as a teacher? So, something to think about.